Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video of touchdowns to home runs. Today we will be predicting Alabama's 2020 schedule, and that'll all be coming up in just a second. Now, just before we start talking about Alabama, SEC tied, 9 straight SEC videos. Congrats, let's keep it going. And now let's look back on a 2019 Alabama season before we start talking about their 2020 season. Alabama, what they were expected to do last year, they had a disappointing season. They had 2 losses to LSU and Auburn. They ultimately made the, Citrus Bowl against Michigan, and they won that. Their 2 notable wins was that Michigan game and then against Texas A&M. It was, obviously for any other program, I'm a South Carolina fan. If South Carolina went 10-2 and made it to the Citrus Bowl, I would be really happy, of course, because we went 4-8 this season. But for Alabama, the dynasty that they are, it was a disappointing season. Now we got to look back at some of the players that will not be coming back for next season. Obviously, Tua Tagovailoa will not be coming back. He's going to be a huge hit to that team. If you haven't already watched, go watch my Where Will Tua Tagovailoa End Up draft video. I'll link it somewhere. I'll put the link down in the description. Don't forget to go watch that. They're also losing the best wide receiver in college football, Jerry Jeudy. Another great wide receiver, Henry Ruggs, Trevon Diggs, Anthony Jennings, and Dylan Moses. And that's just a bunch of the notable guys. There are a couple other guys that they're losing too. That'll be big hits to their team. But not looking at that now, let's look at their player gains and who they actually gained. Second best class, I'm pretty sure. Yep, second best class in all of college football. And they've got 3, I'm going to name off their 3 best guys. These guys are all 5 stars. They gained 3 5 stars. Bryce Young, quarterback, obviously the most popular of them all. He's looking in to come and do some special things at Alabama, and Alabama's really excited about him. They got Chris Baswell, defensive end, and Drew Sanders. He's an athlete, all 5 stars, and a big recruiting class from Alabama, which is good for them because the next year's recruiting class isn't looking as strong, so they really got to get a lot out of this recruiting class. Now we're getting to what we all came here for, predicting every game for Alabama. They start off at a neutral site against USC. 2 classic college football programs, but Alabama will be way too much for USC to handle. Give Alabama the win here. Next, Alabama plays Georgia State at home. Georgia State is a group of 5 team in the Sun Belt, and Alabama always takes care of business against these guys. So Alabama, give them another win, starting off the season 2-0. Then we got one of the best games that will be of the whole season. The Georgia Bulldogs come to Tuscaloosa, and this is going to be a real good game. It's obviously going to be the CBS game. I'm excited for it. There are going to be 2 good teams, but especially at home. Alabama's at home, and Georgia's losing a bunch of guys too, and Georgia's going to be a young team, and coming to Tuscaloosa to win. They haven't beat Alabama. They didn't beat them in the national championship or the SEC championship previous years. So I am giving Alabama the win here. They start the season 3-0. Next, they play Kent State, another group of 5 team, another win for Alabama. Alabama does not lose to these group of 5 teams. That's just unheard of. Next, they go to Oxford, Mississippi to play the Rebels. It's going to be a tough environment. We've seen Alabama lose in Mississippi. They have proven that they can win, but I don't think this Ole Miss team is ready to beat Alabama. Like that team that beat Alabama, they were ranked 15th. This team, I don't think is even close to looking at ranked. So again, give Alabama a win. Next, they go to Arkansas, and Arkansas, we know how they're doing. I think they went 3-9 this season, maybe even 2-10. I'm not sure, but I know it's somewhere around there. They lost to Western Kentucky, so Arkansas is not a strong team. And even though this is in Arkansas, I still have Alabama winning this. Next, the Mississippi State Bulldogs come to Tuscaloosa, and Mississippi State can be a good team. They can put up good fights, but still, I just don't think, especially in Alabama, that Mississippi State will have it to beat Alabama. So give Alabama another win. Next, they go to Knoxville, and Tennessee put up a real good fight against Alabama for the most part last year, especially in the first half. Tennessee's running a 6-game win streak, so this could be a game to watch out for Alabama, but I still have the talent of Alabama just outplaying Tennessee in that tough environment, so give Alabama another win. Next, they go into their bye, and then the game, which might be the best game in all of college football for the whole season. Alabama goes to LSU, a rematch of the game that LSU just won. Going to Death Valley for Alabama, you're either going to have Mac Jones or Bryce Young in at quarterback. We don't know yet, but all those guys that they just lost, Alabama and LSU just took both huge hits to their team, losing their quarterbacks, notable wide receivers. LSU lost Edwards-Helaire. Najee Harris is coming back to Alabama though to play. I just don't think in this environment both teams are gonna have QBs where it's their first year of being like the full-time starter, and I don't think just the environment that Alabama's gonna face is gonna be too hard in LSU. They don't have the talent that they did when they went to Death Valley and won in 2018. So yeah, I'm going with LSU in this game and giving Alabama the loss. Next, UT Martin comes to Bryant Denny Stadium, and again, this is a game that Alabama will win. There's no questions about it. So give Alabama another win. Texas A&M comes into town. Texas A&M can be a good team. I really like Texas A&M. They're a tough team to play. Well, I don't like them because they always beat South Carolina, but I respect them because they are a very good team. They're a very well-prepared team, and they always play hard. So, Alabama, do not take this game lightly, but I am giving you guys a win here. Next, the second team that beat Alabama last year, we have the Iron Bowl. This game is in Alabama, and Auburn, the last 3 times that they've won have all been at Jordan-Hare. It's going to be really hard for Auburn to come in and win this game. But Auburn can do it. Like, don't get me wrong. Bo Nix is showing signs of being a great quarterback. But just the environment and everything, and Auburn hasn't won in Alabama in so long. I'm giving Alabama the win to end the season. So, postseason predictions, I have Alabama winning the SEC West. You have to watch my LSU video to understand why. And then I have them as a possible playoff contender. I have the SEC championship being Alabama and Florida. I don't know who's going to win that, so I'm not saying who I think is going into the playoffs yet. But overall in this season, Alabama still has a chance to get back on top and win a national championship according to my predictions. And I think they'll have a good season. They have a good team, and you can never doubt Nick Saban. He's the greatest college football coach of all time, him or Bear Bryant. So you just can never underestimate this Alabama team. And thank you for watching this video. If you love SEC football or sports in general, that's all I do on this channel. Please like, comment, and especially subscribe. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time.